Hi everybody, welcome to Boxing Time. On this channel you will learn a lot of news from the world of boxing. So here we go. Trainer Abel Sanchez's strategy for WBC light welterweight champion Regis Prograis to defeat Devin Haney is to maul and piss him off to prevent the former undisputed champion from turning their clash into a sleep-inducing borefest this Saturday on DAZN PPV. Sanchez feels that Prograis' best chance of winning is to disrupt Haney's rhythm in any way possible by roughing him up and talking to him on the inside. Prograis talks of wanting to make it a war, but this is a different kind of war that Sanchez is talking about. Prograis must disrupt Haney's game. It's more mental, and he thinks it could work on Haney, who has never faced anyone who has used that approach against him. Sanchez warns that if Prograis doesn't make it a physical fight, Haney will make it boring like he always does by holding, moving, and staying outside using his jab. The famous trainer sees Haney as one of the many who can't sell his product because of his boring fighting style. He puts Shakur, Stevenson, and Dmitry Beevol in the same boat as being unable to sell because of their style.
Regis is a good fighter. Regis is going to give him some troubles, but Devin is just more of a talent. It won't be an exciting fight. It'll be a win for Devin Haney. It may be a decision win, but it'll be a win. I'd say 16-12, 17-13. He'll coast to it just because of his talent. He's not going to take any chances.
Haney isn't going to want to fight Prograis game because he's under-equipped to beat him at what he does best. Devin has no power, and that's not going to change now that he's fighting at 140. It's only 5 lbs, and it's not enough weight to make much of a difference in the power department.
Prograis will try to make it a fight.
Yeah, I know he will.
Progress, but the other kid is just gonna hold and do the things that he does so well. I mean, he's an exceptional talent. Just he's a Bivol. You know, nobody wants to watch him. You know, you have to sell the product. David sold the product the other night. David sold the product. Charlo kind of sold the product too. Terence Crawford sold the product.
Haney is a Mayweather type of fighter, and his popularity stems from ultra-hardcore boxing creating interest by talking up his fights, creating a total wave that gathers in casuals who aren't familiar with his fights. They end up watching Haney and are often bored and disappointed, wondering what the fuss was all about. It was the same thing we saw with Mayweather. His fights were always terribly boring, but the ultra-hardcore fans who enjoyed watching his fencing style would talk up a storm on social media and rope in clueless casuals. And they'd end up watching him. Afterward, they'd be furious, feeling stupid, ripped off, and would vow never to watch another Mayweather fight for as long as they lived.
They went out and did what they had to do to convincingly win. Matias sold the product. Jose Benavidez Jr. sold the product, kinda. He went out and tried to do what he needed to do against a better, bigger guy, but he tried to sell the product. Haney doesn't sell the product to me. Shakur did not sell the product in his last fight. I don't care what kind of excuses you want to give me. Gervonta Davis sold the product.
It's not new that Shakur Stevenson made it a boring fight against De Los Santos because the Newark, New Jersey native has always been a boring fighter since his amateur days. Top Rank likely signed him, thinking they'd get the same Mayweather effect, whereas hardcore fans who liked that style would get casuals interested. History would repeat itself. But obviously, fighters like that are ultimately bad for the sport. The casuals they turn away will likely never watch another boxing match after seeing Shakur fight. There are a handful of entertaining fighters in the 140 pounds division, and unfortunately, Haney isn't one of them. Entertaining 140 pounders, Subriel Matias, Shojahan Ergashev, Regis Prograis, and Liam Paro. The boring ones, besides Haney, would be Richardson Hitchens, Ryan Garcia, and Sandor Martin. Above all, Prograis can't afford to try and outbox Haney, as that would be foolish and likely cost him the fight. Haney's crafty skills, mobility, and ability to tie up his opponents will give Prograis fits just like it did his last two opponents, Vasily Lomachenko and George Kambosos Jr. Instead of Prograis playing Haney's game, he's got to rough him up and anger him to the point where he'll brawl like he did in his fight with Jorge Linares. Haney was badly hurt by Linares in that fight, and he would have lost if Jorge knew how to fight through a clinch. Subscribe. Please like and comment. This is very important for the development of the channel. See you later.